Good afternoon, friends. Coming to Baroda or Vadodara, politically correct. And speaking at FGI is a great opportunity and great honor. I'm very happy that I could be here and meet so many of you at the same time. I was just wondering, knowing all of you, what is that I can tell you which you don't know? Rather, you can tell me something which I don't know. So rather than telling you something about schemes, etc., let me share with you what I feel is the potential of the country and where we could go. We normally see the things, but many times we don't recognize the potential of those things, and because of our mindset, we do not genuinely appreciate the true meaning of those things. We have come a long way, almost $2.6 trillion economy. In 1991, we were few $100 billion. So from 1947 to 1991, just $400 billion. And from there we have come to $2.6 trillion. So what we did in the first almost 40-45 years, and what we have done in the last 25 years is far bigger than what we achieved in the last first 45. I can very clearly see in the next 20 years, we will achieve probably 4 times of what we are today. And that clearly is doable, possible, and bound to happen. We are arithmetically prove that will happen. Even if you got 7-8%, it will be 10 trillion by then. But look at the global scenario. US economy, which is the largest, last year it had a record growth. Largely due to tax cuts that were announced as a part of the pre-election presidential campaign when President Trump had announced it. Also because of the little bit of, it was not really a package, but something which was like infusion of extra resources, some money which was lying abroad at top American companies. They are required to bring it back into the country. Like Apple brought few $100 billion back home, maybe close to $1 trillion. That's what they brought back. So to that extent, the money came back, and the US economy grew. Now everybody agrees. Of course, luckily shutdown has ended. But when shutdown was on, they were saying that growth could be even 0%. But now even if you take a little bit of more, it will not be significant. EU, it will be now 28 or 27 EU, we have to see in the next few days. But EU, again, is really slowing down. The larger economy, UK is of course almost gone, so we take remaining larger economy, France, Germany, Italy, except Poland, which is showing some sign of progress, but it's not that big an economy. Polish economy, incidentally, is a very success story. But EU is also as a bloc, is not showing any significant progress, in fact, more or less static. Come to Southeast Asia, which always grew, ASEAN 10 countries, because of first Japan, and then because of China. In fact, for some time, despite the fact that China has such a huge trade surplus, China is to have a relatively trade deficit with ASEAN. Because outsourcing and then there's import back. So ASEAN again depends upon the contagion. Which of those remaining East Asian economies going fast, that will make sure that ASEAN grows. And we have an FGI with ASEAN incidentally. So ASEAN again is not showing any significant possibility because Japan is almost flat for some time and China is slowing down considerably. Of course, China can afford to slow down because it's already $12 billion economy. So US again, even if it becomes 1%, is significant because US is the largest economy of the world. But still, China is going. And in this backdrop, look at where are we. We are growing at 7%. Of course, we don't like that anymore because we want 9-10%. And this will also be possible as we go along. But today, India's economy, even if we grow at the present rate of growth, will be $10 trillion. And to actually, not to talk about 10, but 5 trillion, in my ministry, when I became Commerce Minister, I said we'll prepare it. We have prepared a map. With industry, $5 trillion, 20%, today is our share of manufacturing GDP 16%. To take it to 20%, our idea is to take it to 25% when we launch Make in India program. But today, 16 to 20% also is a significant jump because in real terms, it will be a significant improvement. And to do that, like for example, today, it will be like, say, almost we have to make it significantly higher because today our 2.6 trillion is about 16%, so 5 trillion we have to make it. But so 20% of that will be $1 trillion. We are prepared with industry. Jamshed Godrej, Pawan Goenka of Mahindra Mahindra, Tatas, all of them were involved into this process and we have prepared plans which of those sectors which will contribute to $1 trillion. Services. Our services are the driver of today's growth. And incidentally, when people ask where are the jobs, the services create more jobs than manufacturing. And in the future, it will create even more jobs. Because as you know, you are all in the industry, more the technology infusion, the job propensity of that manufacturing to create jobs will not be as high as services. Therefore, services will create jobs, and in that we have already identified 12 champion sectors, for which 5,000 crores has been already sanctioned by the cabinet. And agriculture, which Prime Minister's vision of doubling the income, and we have already announced, already sanctioned, cabinet has sanctioned agriculture export policy to take export to $100 billion. So all put together, all three of these will actually drive it. But along with that, we are doing something interesting. What is the growth? 7%, 8%? It comes from some state. Like even our exports, 6 or 7 states contribute to almost 70% of our exports. And that is not in India, everywhere in the world. California is the largest economy of US. So if you take California out, if you take Texas out, if you take New York, New Jersey, 2 states out, then the GDP of US will be significantly lower. Or even in China, if you take few of those coastal states out of China, the GDP will be down significantly. And therefore, it is always the case. And therefore, we have a great opportunity of boosting our growth by targeting some important sectors. So like states contribute to the growth of GDP. What contributes to the state's growth? In the districts. If you take all districts together, they will in turn aggregation of the district growth is India's GDP growth. So what we are targeting now is working on a district. And what I am saying today is not theory, I already started working on it. The first stage is over. So we took 6 districts of India in 5 states. West, East, North, South and one coastal, one hilly area in Solar in Himachal Pradesh. Where we have already done a baseline study by Indian Institute of Management and National Council for Applied Economic Research. And now we have understood what is the present rate of growth. So baseline has already been tabulated. So from baseline, our target is to make it grow at a 3 or 4% higher than normal growth. So if it was growing at 7%, how to make it grow at 10%? Very interesting data has come. By just merely looking at baselines, there are so many possibilities. When I discussed this, we had taken Muzaffarpur in East, in Bihar, eastern part of India. When I presented this to Nitish Kumar, he said, oh, I never realized that you have studied the district so well. Because you actually mapped it baseline properly, understood the profile properly, and now, based on where we can make it grow, we are making it develop faster. Once we complete the first phase is over for the 6 districts, second phase already on. But when we complete this pilot 6 districts, and where we can show significant improvement. In fact, some district in Maharashtra, the collector is so confident, he said, I can make it grow at even 7-8% more than today's growth. Because he never understood. Collector was supposed to do family planning, collector was supposed to do law and order, collector was supposed to do so many other things, but not economic growth. When we realized, and I made him explain to him that just imagine it is happening, how much change will happen. He is also very excited. Now we are doing workshops for each of the district administration. We are thinking of even creating one sort of a nodal project manager for it. But we are working on this. So once this happens, there are many interesting ideas will emerge. One, normally, the growth which I told you, we grew from say $292 billion to $2.6 trillion in a matter of 3 decades. We always believed in 1991, and that was when Narsharav started the reforms, when Manmohan Singh was the finance minister. We said that trickle-down effect will happen. So we don't have to worry about growth going down, it will happen automatically, it's trickle down. That's the traditional thinking, because we can get down, water comes down, so it will happen. But it didn't happen that way. Then we came out with a new slogan, inclusive development. Because development has happened, but now we have to make inclusive development. So something afterthought. If we take districts, and there the growth happens, it is not inclusive. It is already there, everybody in that district is going to benefit, whether it's agriculture, whether it's manufacturing or services in that particular district, it automatically causes growth, and that growth will be actually getting into the bottoms of approach, and therefore the growth will happen. So this is something which already started doing, and this actually brings in innovation into it. Because there is no like one growth model at macro level, what Prime Minister is doing will have a tremendous impact, tremendous result. Just imagine we also now link it with bottoms up approach, how much fantastic benefits we get. And in any case, every district is different than district, even in the state. Saurashtra district is different than the rest of Gujarat districts, because it's a completely different geography, topography, history, culture, like soil, agroclimatic condition, everything is different. Traditional knowledge. So district has that uniqueness which we never were able to capture earlier. Now if we do that, it will actually cause a tremendous cause of things. Along with that, of course, we are working on geographical indications, wherein what is there in that district will be actually attributed to that traditional knowledge, and therefore that district only will get benefit for it. In Banaras, and Geeta is here, she always has loves good sarees. So suppose she wants to take Banaras saree, and she buys that Banaras saree somewhere else, and that person cannot claim that it is Banaras saree, though it may look like, because Banaras saree would mean it made in Banaras. Or somebody misusing that as Banaras saree will have to pay some fine or some, it's like a royalty. So just imagine that traditional knowledge will get that benefit. So along with this we are trying to work, already so many registrations have been made. So district-led growth is something which will actually push growth even at a higher level. Same time, and that is what should be a good news for you, is while you mentioned my dear friend Sanjeev Shah that ease of doing business we have made improvement. It's a significant improvement. We have gone from 144 to almost 77. And next year, hopefully, even first 50. But while we do this national level assessment, most of the businesses face liability district. The way you are doing business, your plant is in Bharuch. So unless Bharuch is of doing business improves, how are you going to improve? How are you going to benefit? So unless you do that, so what we have started doing is, ease of doing business parameters are decided by World Bank at national level. And that's how they do it. Even in US, they take only New York and Los Angeles. They are the only state they take and try to do assessment. And that is absolutely correct because it's not possible for every state, every district, how can they do it? But now I have started doing something very different. That ease of doing business for a district. And this is something which has not been done anywhere. So even World Bank wants to understand how are we doing it and they want to work with us. And that work has already started. All willing states are participating in it. We are developing new parameters, we are doing studies with them and it takes time. Even nobody could believe that India will be 77. It happened. Now this is the work which has started. It might take some time. But once it happens, if ease of doing business improves in a district, then truly our real strength of India's economy is India's entrepreneurship. If India's entrepreneurship is allowed to grow, India can grow even faster. And therefore, we are focusing on this. And that again, the work has already started. Some districts will obviously do a better job than the rest because it depends upon state leadership, depends upon district leadership. But we are doing it. When the parameters are ready, then we'll actually make sure that this becomes a regimented form for every district to follow. So this has also started. So I am just giving these examples because the growth in India will be far, far more than what we expect. And when the world is slowing down, and at a time when we need both approaches, we must integrate more and more in the global economy. All the economies which have grown faster, whether it is Japan, China, Korea, you name any economy, the secret of the growth was integration to global economy. China joined WTO, the last. China was never a member of GATT, which was formed in 1948. And therefore, when GATT was converted into WTO, China was not a member. So China had to apply for membership, talking to all the remaining members. They joined in 2000. And if you really look at it, China's growth, you take China opened up in 1978. So let's look at it like this. China, 1949, became Mao finally triumphed after a long march, and China became a communist state, People's Republic of China, 1949. 1978, Deng Xiaoping took over because China was almost on the verge of collapse. Because after Cultural Revolution, China had a serious problem from 1966 to 1977 almost. They had a big problem. Agriculture was in distress, everything. That's why he had to start a 1978 reform when he started with agriculture because there was no food. And China had already closed economy, so there was no possibility of getting. So therefore they started from there. But even China, from 1949 to 1970, of course, it was completely inward looking. 1978 till 2000, when China became member of WTO, the growth rate was not significant. China's growth became double digit only when it became part of a global economy. So integrating into global economy is the only way you can actually grow faster. So we have to develop strategy. I already set up a group, first time a think tank, because the world economy changed so fast recently, and particularly in the last year, that nobody could imagine. People could imagine that the rules of business, rules of doing global trade will change so dramatically. Everybody is putting barriers. WTO is under existential threat, everything. And this context we have to grow. So China was lucky that it grew when there was a globalization was order of the day. Everybody was talking about integration, so they developed it and they benefited from it. Because Korea did earlier, also did the same thing, Japan did the same thing. Now, we have to strategize in context of that, and we are already preparing ourselves to face any contingency arising out of it. So a lot of work has been done. I don't want to tell you everything in detail. But all of this I am saying is that we are readying ourselves to do everything that is possible to make India's economy grow faster. And for that, each segment of it, whether it is industry, manufacturing, detailed project, programs, strategies, everything for services as well as agriculture, they are actually prepared and under implementation. So I think in that context, I am very sure that you, and I think Gujarat is a capital of entrepreneurship. And Vadodara in that would be the seat of capital. So that people think differently, people are actually very dynamic, everything has already been happening for years. I've been observing it for quite some time. This is my 23rd, 24th year in the parliament, and I've been connected with this for a long time. So I'm really very sure that you will drive the growth, you will drive the innovation, and really make it happen. So I thought I will just share just few ideas like this with you, and I can be very confidently telling you that future belongs to us. It is for sure we will make it happen. And thanks to, I'm not trying to make a political statement, but for everything we need leadership. Singapore grew because of leadership. China, 1978 onwards, the Deng leadership made it happen. Anywhere you go, the leadership matters. We are very lucky that Gujarat has provided national leadership. Therefore, Narendra Modi, as a Prime Minister, is also that New India vision, which is a reality, which will really happen. And in that New India vision is something we have to contribute, in each of the segment must contribute towards it. Each sector must make it happen. Therefore, we are actually working on it. I am sure we'll all work together, we'll make it sooner than later. For sure, it is ours, the future belongs to us, we have to make it happen. And in that, I will tell you something which many times you also must be seeing it. The youth of India, I was just coming from the college, there was a convocation. Young girls, that is another thing, the gold medalists, 95% were girls. So when the boys used to come, I said, I was happy, I really was. I was sitting, standing next to Rajmata, I said, it is because of Rajmata's influence, everybody is coming, or what is it? Or my negative influence, nobody is coming, boy is not coming there. But I was asking them, the gold medalists, each one of them has already chosen a career, they are already working in that area. Some are working on developing new molecules, those molecular biology institutes. Somebody is some scientist, in fact there was a chairman of Atomic Energy Commission, who was also the chief guest. I was little bit earlier, I was telling him that I am worried by the fact that science students don't become scientists. We must do research on it. Till I was meeting those girls, I realized many of them they are working in a science at a very advanced stage. So young students, they have a very clear vision about it. And they are the ones who are going to shape India's future. Startup is a very good example of that. I handle startups. Such ideas we cannot even imagine coming from India. So only problem is our regulation. So I keep meeting all the regulators and keep telling them you cannot regulate the new idea with the old regulation. The basic idea of a startup, he wants to break from the past. And the regulation is stuck in the past. How can it happen? So therefore we did it, roundtables for fintech, for life sciences and many others with those regulators. They are trying to work very hard on it, but we'll do this. But I am telling you that the future belongs to us, and those who will shape that future of the youngsters who have such a confidence level and such innovative ideas, that it will definitely happen. I think I really wish that I will be there to see all this happening, because I am going forward. But I am very sure this is the future of India, which is really very promising. And I think it will not just because it's promising, we can now sit idle and go home. We have to make it happen. So we have to work together. I'm very sure if we work together, it will happen sooner. So all the best to you. Congratulations to you. Jai Hind, Jai Gujarat.
Thank you, Hon'ble Sir, for the wonderful